Hello Virgo, welcome to Inner Divine Truth and welcome to your March 2021 reading. The catalyst this month is financial constraints. Now don't get worried about looking at this card and why this card came out for your energy. It could be that some of you are feeling restricted. That's the first word that came here. The constraints jumped out. And restrictions could be, yes, financially, but could also be in your social environment, how you're feeling in your expression. There's a restriction coming from within that is also manifesting outwardly, if that makes sense. So we'll look at other cards as well to see how this financial constraints, if I can clarify that, and if the other cards also speak to this. So there is that energy around it that is feeling restrictive, constrictive. What the challenge for you, it's also an advice that's coming up, and actually interestingly underneath that is we have strategy. So to get over this feeling of constriction, restriction, there is that rest and rejuvenation needed, which is not happening at this point for Virgo. It's it's asking for a moment of pause, a moment of stillness, recovery that Virgo is not making time to do. How can you get there is through strategy. There seems to be there is this need to pause, reflect, strategize on how to get out of this situation, this financial constraint situation. It could actually be a time of limited financial resources. As I said, it could also be just Virgo feeling very constricted and restricted because of the the energies, the elements available to them in terms of access. But yet strategy is needed to move through this challenge. Where you are right now, it's very interesting. We have 3 of Cups reverse, and then we have the 4 Cups. This is saying that whatever situation has transpired, although there was a personal celebration in the past, or there was no celebration, there was some news that came through that left you feeling dejected, rejected, unhappy, saddened. That's the past energy coming through. Or there was a moment of, on the flip side, of this could be some of the Virgos out there have had a personal celebration, a moment of liberation, a moment of joy, but it was a very private moment. It could not be shared with others because others could not partake in it or would not be able to understand that situation. And yet through this situation, through this 3 of Cups reversed, Virgo manifested something. So 4 of Cups is this person sitting against the tree, looking at the 3 cups that they've achieved. And here we have, Spirit is saying you did achieve or manifest or bring to life these emotions, this celebration. And here you are looking at these 3 cups. A 4th cup is coming through. Something is being manifested, and yet Virgo is not willing to look at it or is unable to recognize the manifestation that has happened. And is it because there's a block? Because Virgo is not resting enough, not pausing enough, not reflecting enough, too much focused on perhaps these financial constraints that are potentially presenting, and there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety around that. And emotionally, this is your emotional space. These are the cups. Emotionally, we have the 3 cups that have been achieved, a celebration, a moment of joy, a breather that happened in the past. And yet the 4th opportunity, emotional fulfillment, is coming through. Another bit of good news wants to come through. But there is that awareness missing to recognize that 4th cup coming in. Another 3 is coming up. What you need to do. This is teamwork, partnership. This is a building block. That's perhaps why strategy is needed. How are you building your blocks? Pentacles are finances, are businesses, are projects. something you're actively building with your hands. So 3 Pentacles is here, one person working on something, and then the 2 people are consulting it. So this is teamwork, coming together, finding resources, pulling resources together to build something, consultation as well with others. And then there's that strategy card speaking to this 3 of Pentacles, because it seems Virgos are in a process of building something. This is what you need to do. So this is a message that is saying, stay focused on what you're building right now. Strategize, go within, seek answers through a period of rest and rejuvenation, which is your challenge right now, because I believe some of you are working really hard as well at your project, your business, your finances. Because 3 Pentacles are also not a whole lot of pentacles, and that's perhaps where this financial constraint is being felt. It's not as if there is a lack. This is not an indication of a sincere lack in financial resources. This is an indication of something that is being built, something that is a money-making venture, something that is, there's a lot of skill and talent and hard work is going into this project, and it will bear fruit, because this 3 goes on to the 4, and we have this emotional, interestingly, there is like a backward trajectory happening here with your emotions. We're going from the reversed 3 to a 4 of Cups, but in this there is that emotional fulfillment is lacking, because this person lacks awareness of the opportunities and joys around them. And here we have the 3 Pentacles, and I'll be interested to see what clarifications comes out. What you need to release is the Hangman in the reverse. This is being this is someone who's very stubborn, unwilling to learn from mistakes, paralyzed by fear. This is also paralysis, doubt, self-doubt, someone overcome by anger as well. This emotional, being emotionally unavailable, not willing to see things for as they are, because in its upright position, the Hangman is gone into a place of pause. That's what you're wanting. That's what they're saying. Go into a place of stillness. And Virgo hasn't done that. The stillness that's coming in seems forced. This seems to be a forced stagnation, and perhaps that's because of financial constraints. Maybe some of you are seeking for funding that hasn't come through, that is possibly going to help you with your money-making idea, with your business. And yet there is this, it's just interesting, they're saying release this Hanged Man, but they're also saying the challenge is now also getting into this Hanged Man. This place of stillness, quiet, recovery. Recovery is not happening in your time of stillness and quiet, Virgo. That's where your attention should focus on for a brief moment this month. Hangman reverse, it's just stubbornness, and that's what they're saying. Release it. Release that stubborn attitude. Let go of something that is no longer serving you. Okay, let's clarify these. Oh, and the bottom of the deck we have the King of Cups reverse. So this is someone who's feeling very disconnected with their emotions. That's the first thing that has come up, and this is also that disconnection coming in with the emotions, because you too much focus on the 3 cups, not recognizing the 4th emotional opportunity that wants to come in, and that's where there's that cohesiveness in emotions is lacking, is not present. Awareness, emotional awareness is not there. So funny, this other deck I'm using for clarification, and I just by accident turned it upside down, flipped it over, and we have the Hangman again in the reverse. Okay, so let's clarify this 4 of Cups and 3 of Cups. Age of Swords reverse, which is good, but there is a lot of, okay, Ace of Swords. Okay, brilliant. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm going to just come to this very quickly. So here you are contemplating at these 3 cups that here are reversed but here upright. There is that contemplation, no recognition of this lack of awareness, as I said, of the emotional space. Why is that? Because you're coming out of a cycle of this Eight of Swords reversed. So there has been a situation that has brought something to light. Previously, where you felt overcome by fears and doubts. You see, upright, her hands are tied, and negative thoughts are sort of gnawing at her, and there's no end in sight of this situation, and feeling trapped. This is a self-imposed prison. In the reverse, some information has come to light that has allowed Virgo to remove these self-imposed shackles, chains. And that brought us here to this situation where there is a moment of introspection of how this situation had an impact on the heart space. And well, here we are, the personal celebration that happened for Virgo. There was an upliftment, but so brief, so momentary, so passing, and yet it was such a personal accomplishment that, like I said, could not be shared, because this entrapment that Virgo released themselves from is very personal. It's hard to talk about it, but Virgo knows it. What that has brought now, what there's a new beginning coming in. Ace of Swords, beautiful. Clarity. Clarity in the mind. There's no longer the spiral stairways that keeps going round and round. No, but there's that light coming through, bringing in a sense of peace. Momentary reflection. Notice how her eyes are closed, and that is what is being asked of you, is to go within. Find your moment of quiet and stillness and see what comes through, because that is what's going to bring in this Ace of Swords. Clarity will come through. This is also victory over the mind. It's amazing, Virgo. You're going from this Eight of Swords, being trapped by your own thoughts, to liberation. This is victory over this negative thinking, negative thought patterns. You're overcoming that, and bravo. And here you have this personal celebration coming in, because you have taken control of the mind. Yes, but what is lacking here is the awareness of the heart space. Okay, let's move on. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. That's great. And the Moon reverse, fantastic. So what you need to focus on is that knowledge that has come through, the clarity that has come through to Virgo. Stay focused on that, and now go forward, charge at it. Have received clear direction, clear guidance from this Three of Pentacles. Whatever you're building in terms of your business projects, the strategy that has come, that clarity that has come forward, you need to take action on it. Don't sit on it. That's what you need to do. The Moon reverse is again saying there's something that was hidden, subconscious even. Some secrets were revealed. Now that is going to allow you to take action. Now this secret's not external, but perhaps something from your deep psyche has come forward, and that has brought great clarity and victory over a very emotional matter. The Hanged Man. Sorry. Tower reversed. Okay. You need to release. You release this very difficult period that you are coming out of. It's no longer here, and you were victorious over it. It's a personal victory. Remember that. The Tower is no longer having any hold on you. It came, it went. Virgo is still holding on to it. That's why they're saying get out of it. And although with the Hanged Man and the Tower, it can feel like a life-changing moment. It can have a long-lasting influence. I'm not denying that. Whatever happened in the past was very disruptive, challenging, difficult. But there's also this need to now move on from that, accept the changes, the forced change that it has brought into your life. Bring in that acceptance and move on from that. Why is the Tower here? The wheel reversed, because you're not letting go of it. So how can the wheel be complete? The wheel indicates closure. And here you are being very stubborn, unwilling to let go. They're saying the Tower came, this big disruption happening in life. Change has happened, forced change. But there's this light, you see. There's still that pockets of light coming through. Hold on to those pockets of light, that pockets of stillness, and move on. Start a new life, start a new circle, embrace that new beginning. This Ace of Swords is bringing in victory. Whatever disruption that happened because of the Tower, Virgo being an earth sign is now being very stubborn about moving forward with that change that was divinely timed. This was divine intervention. It had to happen. And now that it has, move on. There needs to be that acceptance, because this Wheel of Fortune is here. Karmic lessons need to be learned, karmic cycles that need to be complete, but the completion can only happen when you wholly embrace the change that the divine sort of imposed on you, because it's for your highest good. It's for the highest good of everybody involved. Okay? Wow, so that's your message this month. I can pull out another card for this financial constraints. Why do we have financial constraints here? What is the advice for Virgo? Page of Pentacles. There's a learning that's needed. And that's why we also have this Three of Pentacles. Again, add one more, it becomes a 4. So number 33 is very potent in your reading. The threes are symbolic of building, learning. The threes, I believe, also is an indication that you are being guided to whatever you have started, this new beginning. You're being protected and guided spiritually. So we have the Three of Pentacles, the project you're working on. It's asking for teamwork. It's asking for investment. It's asking for energy and concentration, focus on your craft, on your skill, on your talent. And Page of Pentacles is learning about the craft, developing a skill. This is not a time to sort of jump forward and launch something. It's a time of building, growth. And that's where this Knight of Swords is talking about, is stay focused on your craft, on what you're building, on your learning. Stay focused on that. Something was revealed to you. With this Moon reversed, something came to light in terms of how you need to progress with your career, your profession, your business. That clarity is what that needs to be taken forward this month to build on. All right, Virgo. I wish you all the very best, and I'll see you next month in April. Take care. Bye.